Okay, so when we are adding or subtracting radicals, they have to have the same number underneath the radical in order for you to be able to combine them. So just like if we had 3x plus 4y plus 5x, the like terms would be the things that have x's. So 3x and 5x could combine to be 8x. And I could not add 8x with the 4y because those are not like terms. Just like I can only add x's with x's and y's with y's. Let's say I had 3 root 2 plus 4 root 3 plus 5 root 2. I can only add things together that have the same number underneath the square root. So I can add 3 root 2 and 5 root 2 together to get 8 root 2. I'm going to add the coefficients together, keeping the number underneath the radical the same. I can add 3 root 2 and 5 root 2 because they have the same number underneath the radical. But I can't add those with 4 root 3 because it has a different number underneath the radical. So the 2 and the 3 are different, so they're not like terms, so I can't combine them. So just like I can add x's with x's and y's with y's, I can add things with root 2 and not add them with things that have root 3. So you have to check the number underneath the radical. That's for adding or subtracting. You can only combine things that have the same number underneath the radical, and you're going to add or subtract the coefficients, keeping the number underneath the radical the same. So, in this example, we have 3 root 5 plus 2 root 3 plus 4 root 5. First, I want to check and see, is there anything that I can simplify? Are there any radicals that I can simplify? No, they're all fully simplified. So I can combine 3 root 5 and 4 root 5 because they have the same number underneath the radical to give me 7 root 5, and then plus 2 root 3. Final answer. Okay, root 6 and root 24. Not the same number underneath the radical, so I can't combine them. Except I can simplify square root of 24 further. So always check and see. Maybe you can simplify it. 24 is 4 times 6. Well, the square root of 4 is 2, which we know that's 2 times 2. And then you circle the 2's. 2 root 6. So square root of 24 is 2 root 6. So now we have root 6 plus 2 root 6. Plus 2 root 6. So really janky too. So this is 1 root 6. I have 1 root 6. I don't have to write the 1, but I know that it's there. 1 root 6 plus 2 root 6 is 3 root 6. I can't simplify square root of 6 any further, and I've combined everything I can combine. So this would be 3 root 6. Negative 3 root 18 plus positive 2 root 27. So I need to simplify square root of 18 and square root of 27. So square root of 18 is 2 times 9, and then 9 is 3 times 3. So I can take this 3 and bring it out front. Well, notice I already have a negative 3 out front. So I'm going to have negative 3 times the 3 that I'm going to bring out front. And then the 2 is left over. So it'll be negative 3 times 3 root 2. So one more time. The negative 3 was already out front. The negative 3 was already out front. The other 3 came from the pair of 3's underneath the radical. And then the 2 was left over. So that's going to give me negative, it's going to give me negative 9 root 2. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with 27. 27 is 3 times 9. 9 is 3 times 3. So I got a pair of 3's. I'm going to bring the 3 out front. I already have the 2. So it's going to be 2 times 3 root 3, which is 6 root 3. So 2 root 27, one more time, 2 root 27 over here. 27 is 3 times 9. 9 is 3 times 3. So I circle a pair of 3's. I bring that 3 out to join the 2. And then this poor 3 doesn't have a buddy. So this poor 3 has to stay underneath the radical, which gives me 6 root 3. So I have negative 9 root 2 from over here. And then plus 6 root 3. even though I simplified those and I can't simplify them any further, they have different numbers underneath the radical. I can't combine them. I can't add those together because they don't have the same number underneath the radical. So this is my final answer. Negative 9 root 2 plus 6 root 3. I can't combine those. I can't simplify it any further. That's all I can do. And then finally on number 4, 3 root 3 minus 5 root 12 plus 5 root 2. I can't simplify 3 root 3 or 5 root 2, but I can simplify root 12. That's 3 times 4, and then 4 is 2 times 2. So I can circle the 2's and bring the 2 out to join the 5. So this is going to give me 3 root 3 minus 10 root 3 plus 5 root 2. I circled the 2's, brought the 2 out to join the 5, which is where I got the 10, and then this 3 had to stay under. So now I have 3 root 3 minus 10 root 3. I can combine those. That's negative 7 root 3 plus 5 root 2. So I combined those because they have the same number underneath the radical, and then couldn't combine it with 5 root 2.